is lying, that's your work. If your work is a murderer or a rapist or a gay or a lesbian, taking on the role of what you should not, that is your judgment. So it was plainly shown to me that each man is judged according to his own doings, which are your work. And those who went before this judgment, or those who was left, would be judged also according to their works, that they be not partaker of what was in those bags. This is what I was shown. And listeners, this is a truth. Pray that you understand what the Spirit of Adonai of Israel say unto the 7 churches. They speak amongst each other, and they write it in a book. Mine's on a DVD. Pray that you learn the song of Mushi. You call him Moses. His name is Mushi. And all the holy prophets, which is your heart, your brain, your mind, where the spirit of life is in your forehead. That's why you anoint yourself, your forehead, and wash your feet with olive oil and your hands with olive oil each time you pray, that you receive the Comforter, which is the truth from on high, which comes from this great mountain and this great rod, which is the word of Adonai. This is my first dream, most devastating. I will give my next dream in accordance, which will be the wheel. Remember Ezekiel saw the wheel? I saw a wheel too, inside of a wheel. Again, at a later date, I was asleep in the state of Washington upon my bed. And I was lifted out of my body into a valley of green pasture with red clay dirt directions. One road going east-west, one road going north-south. And as I walked, I heard this like air, strong air. It was quiet. Nobody could hear it but me. I'm in the spirit. I look up and I see this craft cruising at a very smooth cruise. And it was 3/4 the size of the earth. And the ship that I saw was flat, like a, how can I describe the craft that I saw? It was like that movie Sea View, that submarine. The design of it was sort of like that, but it was made out of the clouds. And I looked up, straight up above my head, and I saw this craft. It had 7 windows. It had 2 side by side. At the back, moving forward toward the front, was 2 more windows in the bottom of this craft. Moving forward toward the front, right before you get to the front, was 2 more windows. And then up to the front was 1 window, which totaled 7 windows. And I looked and I became frightful when I looked up close at those windows. Those windows were 7 eyes, and they were looking down upon the earth. And I wondered, and those eyes knew that I was becoming frightful, the way they were showing me that these windows were eyes. And on this craft, there was 2 canisters on the right, long canisters, like gas canisters that you put in a mobile home to hold your propane. But they were long canisters. and there was two on the right, one above another, like wings. And then on the other side was two more canisters on the left side, one up on top of another, which meant two wings on each side, one covering the bottom, one at the top. And I said to myself, what is this I am seeing? Again, I'm wondering, what am I seeing? Remember, this is one of my dreams. And I was be allowed to interpret the dream. Same as Daniel. The writing on the wall. Daniel was allowed to interpret to Nebuchadnezzar what the writing was. And I will interpret to you what I am explaining to you, what I saw in my dream, in my vision. So the eyes spoke with me, and they told me, you wonder what you see?
This is one of my dreams of the wheel that I saw, which came out of heaven and appeared before me in a deep sleep. See if you can interpret it while I interpret it for you to show you the meaning of who Adonai is. I'm Lee the Teacher, 2009. This is not to be recorded by anyone without the proper authority of the teacher, Lee. Continuing on. Tuesday, February 10th, 2009. The wheel.
And I said, yes. They said, come up here inside of the craft. And I was lifted up inside of the craft. And I asked the eyes, which were voices, 7 voices. And I asked one of them, I said, what are those canisters on the side of this thing you're in? Meaning this craft that I was brought him into. And one of the voices said, go and take a look at the one on the right and observe. So I went to the right canister inside and I looked. And it was long, long, long as far as my eye could see. And there was bookshelves in there. And I said, wow, there's a whole lot of books here. And they're on shelves. Like a library. I said, this is like a library. And I said, what is all of these books? I asked this one eye, and the voice that spoke with me. And he said, do I know what they are? Knowing that I didn't, but I want to know what they were. And he explained to me what those books were. He said, these books are the book of life. Each book is of a different person which has lived upon the earth. And the eyes that you see looking down upon the earth are the eyes which see and know everything that a man has done since the beginning of man on earth. We write their works and we place them in these books. And we never sleep. We go day and night. And we write no matter what your thought is, what you do, what they do, what anyone says, we know. This is what was explained to me inside of this craft. And I said, what be those on the left? Those canisters, the 2 canisters on the left. And the voice spoke with me from the eyes. Remember, I never see the face. The voice that spoke with me were like the 7 lights that I saw at the age of 7 years old. When I turned to see who saved me from getting run over by that car and those drunkards, when I found the $5, these were those smiling eyes that I told you I saw.